Hello everyone, photojournalist Sam Tyler with samclicks.com, and welcome to my video notebook. Early this week, a three-part series, the final piece of the series that I've been working on for several months now, was published in East of the River magazine. And the article, or the piece, was titled Anacostia, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And the idea behind the project was to document the residents of Anacostia at three levels: the spiritual, the physical, and the educational, particularly amidst the flurry of economic development that's happening in that community right now. And the first two pieces were published, and after they were published, left one final piece, and shooting the final piece around education was fraught with complications. What I wanted to do for the education piece was to photograph two groups of young people. The first would be young children during those vital formative years of their educational development. And the second group was intended to be teenagers, and to photograph them during their social development. And what I wanted to do was to go into the schools and shoot them in those environments. And although the schools that I reached out to were interested and actually quite supportive of the idea, they couldn't allow me to move ahead with the project to photograph in the schools, because to do that they had to navigate a mountain of legal issues and paperwork that they had neither the time. The project was stalled just for a minute, actually. Then I got an email from a former colleague of mine, Brian Campbell. And Brian and I had worked together at an educational nonprofit in Washington. And he sent me an email and he said, you know, I saw the two video check-ins that you did where you discussed the Anacostia series that you were working on, and you definitely have to talk to my friend Dr. Courtney Davis. And I reached out to Dr. Davis, and it turned out that it was actually a gold mine. Dr. Courtney Davis not only has a background, a professional background in education, but she's also a resident of Anacostia, and she's also the author of the children's book, A is for Anacostia. So I interviewed her, and I talked a little bit about the project, her background to the project, and it just fit perfectly with the educational piece, the final piece of this narrative that I was working on, this project that I was working on around photographing Anacostia. So thanks so much to Tamu and Beverly and Sharita Turner, and to Daryl Doss for making some fly-on-the-wall space for conversations around education. And also, obviously, to Dr. Courtney Davis for just allowing me to climb inside her world long enough to photograph it and also to get a sense of a discussion around education. The link to the article in East of the River magazine, as well as a link to the Anacostia, A is for Anacostia website that talks about the book, as well as Dr. Davis. Both of those links are going to go up right behind this video.